9 years old.
You have to do that again.
What? Did they miss the whole thing?
Well, I turn it on enough.
So, yeah, it was pretty good. It was awesome. Yeah. Parents from Central American countries are awesome. Because they're back from where, you know, the teacher and master are the same word, basically. They're like, maestro, if he gets out of line, you can beat him. You can beat him good. And I'm like,
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
No hacemos eso aquí. We don't do that here. Besides, mental torture is way worse.
You have told a couple of those stories.
The mental stuff. The mind games. How did he know we did that? All right, anyway. The story of Janitor Pete.
Yes. You did
That's a
tell
classic.
Janitor
I
Pete.
think we've had that on the morning show.
Yeah, we have.
So
I remember that one.
That, in fact, is a classic Halloween tale.
True. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the time. Look it up.
Okay, now your turn. What?
I don't know how they'd look it up.
Ooh, tell us a story from the restaurant business. What's the grossest, weirdest, most freaked out thing that ever happened to you in the restaurant business? Take your time now. Okay, so there's a question for the fans.
Anything gross
What's
or
the
weird?
grossest thing you've ever found in your food?
People do all the typical stuff. You know, like unscrewing the tops of things and dumping crap inside of stuff. And,
Pranking.
you know, yeah, mustard and ketchup mixed and all that.
That's
it's not
horrible.
that big of a deal.
All right.
We always ran a good, clean restaurant, so I wouldn't know.
I was talking to a massage therapist, and she said, okay, horror stories from your career. She said that when she was in school, this guy came in, and when he took his shirt off, like, he was like a bear rug on his back. And it was like, have fun. I'm like, no amount of massage oil is gonna help this situation.
That's a common thing.
I'm like, that is so terrible.
That's such a tough thing to deal with. A lot of people deal with that. I mean, how do you deal with that? That's just how
I know.
You were born. I mean, we've done it, and
more editing. Oh no.
We'll just call this morning show the edited one.
I'm like,
remember that one? Edit. Oh, and then that.
Oh yeah, where we did the massive edit. It's like, guy, at least
episode
comb out
probably
the
needs it
tangles
more.
first. All right, not going down that road. So what were you saying? Your horror story from the restaurant.
Okay, I thought
there
of one.
has to be something.
We bought a restaurant.
What
we
kind of
bought a
restaurant?
couple of restaurants. This was a pizza place.
Oh, okay, pizza.
And
Nothing could possibly go wrong with pizza.
ever. So we had just bought it. It was already existing, close to a college and stuff. And so I'd gone in, I was starting to work there, just getting it all set up. And I am at the register, ringing up somebody's order, and a roach, now this is pre-existing roach, came crawling right across. And
What do you
customers, I mean, I cannot start screaming and freaking out. I mean, that can't happen, even though roaches and I are
do?
not
The
friends.
genus and species of the roach was Badtimicus maximus.
That's great.
He shows up at the worst possible moment.
It was so
Will
bad.
you marry me?
That's great. I actually swept it, like, I kept talking and swept it right off and stomped on it right there. I think a piece of steak.
That is awesome.
That was the worst thing. That was like, I said, oh my gosh. So
That's absolutely horrid.
yeah, we,
Did the customer see
care
it?
no.
Oh, they didn't see it.
No,
Good
I don't know
job.
how.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. That was a close call.
But even still, I
roach.
never would want to be related to a place like that. I would never want to have my business, my
Oh,
company.
yeah.
And we had bought it
That's
existing, and it did a ton of business. I mean, it was one of those places
What
that
state
was
was
just
this in?
here.
It was in Utah? Listen, everybody knows there's no roaches in Utah. No, I'm serious. I've lived
Yes,
here
there
7
are.
years. I've seen
There.
0 roaches.
That's
I've seen
because-
0 roaches. Had to change it real quick there. You should see we should have a Shannon
Both
cam
sides, you know,
to
the
show
little
like
inbox.
her reaction
Shannon's face.
and inset. And now we're back to Shannon for some facial expressions.
That's all I'm good for here.
Oh boy, yeah.
Well, that's why
so
it's good to have you holding
that
the
was the
camera,
worst.
because it's like we're talking to a person.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
it
better
makes
than propped on the table. Because then if it's shaking, it's because you're laughing, not because we bumped the table and the whole camera's
Yeah.
going silent.
Okay, bug stories. Where I'm 9, my sister's like 4, and we're on the Alcan Highway up to Alaska. And we're about to leave this campsite, and we hear my sister shrieking from this little campsite bathroom, an outhouse basically. And we're running for the outhouse. My parents are imagining that she's being like abducted or worse, right? I'm imagining that she's fallen in like waist deep. And I'm going, yes, please let it happen. Please let it happen. But we get in there, we burst into the thing,
I feel for her.
and she is up on the toilet shrieking because of this beetle. And this beetle, and it has like long
The
antenna,
horn.
right? But the beetle doesn't know which way it's going, but it is marching right towards her like dun 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 dun. And she's absolutely flipping out.
Oh, that's great.
That was the same campground where my dad caught me standing over the exhaust like this. And I'm like,
Feeling it.
this makes you feel funny, Dad. And he's like, kid, get out of the way. Get out of there. What are you doing? Come on in, Joseph.
I think our
It was Cameron.
Oh,
Only if you want to call me
it's Cameron.
Joseph.
hey, Joseph. That's what we call you behind your back.
There's a surprise person here.
Oh, the
He'll be out in a
interviewer's here?
second.
All right, great. Well, I guess that's it, Blue. Great, now I got to watch the whole half hour to edit out the 20 seconds of things. But it's my own fault, I guess. So, okay. Thanks for tuning in, Blue Table fans. Sorry to have wasted your time.
Hey.
Ooh, that can be our company. That'll be the motto for the Blue Table Painting Show. Sorry to have wasted your time. Perfect.
Bye-bye.